Look, bro, I have to tell you these 6 things about women, because if I had known these things in my early 20s, my life would have been 10 times easier when it came to how I dealt with women. Because let's just be honest, you're probably watching this video for one or two reasons. Either one, you're trying to get a certain type of woman, or two, you're trying to comprehend the female species because you just don't really understand why they do some of the things that they do. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you these 6 things that every man should know about women by the time that they're 30, because it's gonna allow them to understand and be more at peace compared to the average guy who doesn't understand women. He's eating out of a trash can because he didn't get the woman he wanted, or he picked the wrong woman, or he's just obsessed about trying to get a woman, but he doesn't really understand their nature. So without further ado, let's get into it. Before we get into the video, I need you guys to do 2 things. First and foremost, make sure y'all like the video. It helps support the channel and allows me to continue to grow. And the second thing, if you guys enjoy this type of content, if this is what you need because it speaks to your soul and you're trying to go from being a pawn to a king, make sure you guys subscribe, because I make videos like this every week. Now, without further ado, we're gonna get into the 6 things that every man needs to know about women by the time he's 30. The first thing you need to know is that you as a man, you're going to find women when you find women. I repeat, as a man, you're going to find women when you go out and you find women. There's so many dating videos, there's so many people out there who are trying to explain the proper way for you to go out and get women. They say you gotta have 50 pounds of muscle on your frame. They say you gotta have a 401k in stock. They say you gotta be the coldest dude on the block. And I'm not saying that those things don't help, because they do amplify your attraction towards women. But the biggest way for you to go out and get women is when you go out there and you approach, because essentially it's a numbers game. Look, man, everything in life that you really want, it's a numbers game. Whether it's trying to put your bid in and get a woman, whether it's trying to find the proper opportunity and find the job that you want. I'm not saying that things can't make it easier, but when I look and I reflect in my 20s, the time when I had the most women and the best relationships was when I was going out there and I was putting myself in front of these women and I was taking a chance. Because not only did it put me in the right mindset to go after women, because as men, we are hunters and we should go after what we want, especially if you're masculine, especially if you want a woman who's submissive, who respects you like that. She's gonna respect you when you're putting yourself out there compared to when you're in your house and you think this is fucking Amazon Prime, bro, and a woman just knocking on your door coming wrapped up in a package. Or you think this is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and she's a Predator missile heat seeking you in your home. Nah, bro, it don't work like that. If you want to get the woman that you want, you're gonna have to put yourself out there. Point blank, period. Now, the second thing, most women only want you for what you have or can provide for them and what you've accomplished in your life. And fun fact, it's not just women who think like this, it's also men. Think about it. The job that you want, you have to have experience. You have to have certain skills that make it easier for them to make money or grow their business. Even with your friends, your homies, they're around you because you provide some type of value, whether it's social status, whether it's, wisdom, advice, whether it's vibe and energy. Every single relationship you have is an exchange of value, whether you want to believe it or not. And with women, it's no different. We have this weird thing when we were young boys where we like, oh, I want a woman who loves me for me. And what I'm trying to explain to you is that is true. But you have to build yourself into that, because women have certain amount of needs and they just want certain things from a man. And in this society, bro, you can't dictate specifically what a woman may want. You just have to find the right match for you. And when you think like that, you stop whining and complaining online like, well, women don't like me because I'm this and women don't like me because I'm... Bro, the reality of life is that people don't like you just because you're this. You have to show them certain things, and that's a part of the journey. That's a part of the game that we play. You have to get experience and reach to certain levels to get what you want. It is what it is. So you can either be on the internet and whining and crying, or you can go out there and you can put the work in and figure out what's necessary in order to get these women, or you can just accept that that's who you are and you don't want to play that game and be content with it whether you have a woman or not. Those are really your only choices. Now, the third thing you should know about women by the age of 30 is a woman will waste your time if you let her. Look, you've seen all the short video reels, TikTok videos, Instagram videos about how women only want you for your attention. Yes, that is true. So if you as a man understand that most women really just want you for your attention, you need to guard your time with your life, because your time is probably the most valuable resource that you have on this earth. And if you're around women and you understand the nature of women is to waste your time, if you let them, why would you just sit there and do it? You're thinking like a pawn. You're thinking like somebody who doesn't have control. You have to have strength, and you have to screen women for this. You have to know exactly what you want. You have to know exactly how it looks, and you need to set the expectation. I'm not going to sit here and play these bullshit ass games. I'm not going to sit here and allow you to siphon my energy and my attention because you're an attention whore and you've done it for the last 5 men that you talked to. I'm here to build some value, build something, and if you're a good fit, cool. If not, boom, bye. I'm out of here. A lot of you guys want the validation of a woman, that you let her waste your time compared to actually going for what you want. As a man, you don't need to do that, because women will see that and they'll lose respect for you, or they'll just use you because it just makes them feel good. If you're not getting what you want out of a situation with a woman, stop wasting your time. Now, the fourth thing that men should know about women is that there are good women out there. Yeah, I know you can't believe it. I know you can't comprehend it, but there are good women out there. They're just very rare. You should see the aspect of finding a good woman like finding a diamond. When you go into that coal mine as a diamond miner, bro, you're getting nothing but shit for the vast majority of the time that you're in there. We could say like 95 to 98% of your work, you're not really gonna find much of value. But once you do find that diamond, boy, does it shine, boy, does it look great. But that's the same thing when it comes to women. But your job is you have to have the understanding on what a good woman looks like, so that way you can screen all the bad women, all the coals, all the stuff that ain't worth your time. You screening it out, screening it out, screening it out. And the only way that you can do that is by studying, by watching certain videos, by going out there and having experience, so you can tell the difference between a good woman and a bad woman. Because also, the women that you may want is probably going to be different from the woman that I want. So the only way that I'm going to figure that out is by having different experiences with women, so I can understand what's good for me compared to what's bad for me. So that's just what it is. Understand that there are good women out there, but you got to screen for them. Now, the fifth thing, you need to understand the difference between a woman's nature and a woman's character. You know, I used to follow the red pill super heavy in 2018, 2019. And they'd always be talking about female nature, about hypergamy, and how women always wants the best option, and it's hard for women to take accountability. And they're not wrong. They're actually right. But the thing that you need to understand is, you understanding a woman's nature isn't going to get you the woman that you want. It's just going to make you overly paranoid or overly thinking about certain things, when at the end of the day, bro, no matter how much gain, no matter how much seduction, how much money you have, that can't buy a woman having good character. You need to understand a woman with good character is much more important on the scale than just understanding a woman's nature, bro. Because all women, whether good or bad, have a nature, but not all women have good character, like discipline, like integrity, like supporting, like true love and care. That's what you need to be screening for, not all this other stuff that, to be honest with you, really doesn't matter if you're not finding a woman with good character. So understand that. And the sixth and final thing you need to know about women by the time you're 30 is that a woman will mold herself to your frame, but you have to establish it. One of the biggest reasons why men, when they're young, they go through all the BS with women compared to older men is because they don't know how to control the frame. You see, in this society, it teaches you as a man that you have to supplicate to what the woman wants. You have to supplicate to the demands of a woman. When, to be honest, bro, the woman was meant to submit and mold herself after you, because she is a mirror. She's just reflecting the type of man that you are. And when you have strength, and when you have vision, when you have confidence, and when you're thinking like a king, and you understand the life that you're trying to build, and you know the type of woman that can help, the woman is going to shape herself to that if you have the strength. A woman is always going to test your frame. So you as a man, you always have to guard it, because you're really just guarding the dynamic of the relationship. The reason why a lot of women get masculine, the reason why a lot of women get disrespectful, is because a lot of men tolerate bullshit when they know they shouldn't. And that's because they're allowing the woman to change the frame of the relationship compared to what you know it's supposed to be. So you as a man, especially in this society, you got to stand on that. You got to have a code, you got to have integrity, and you have to not settle for something less than that, because when you do, the woman is gonna mold herself to whatever you're allowing compared to what you expect. So make sure you guys do that. And as you start to grow, you're gonna start to notice there's gonna be a huge change in not only the way that you interact with women, but the way that you think about women and all the struggles that so many men deal with, like time wasting, disrespect, feeling like they can't find a good woman. You're going to start to attract that type of woman, and you're going to start to attract that type of dynamic, and you're going to be extremely happy and thankful for it. So I hope this video helped you guys out, man. Again, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, subscribe down below, and I'll catch you in the next video, man. Peace.